Uno Tippo, how to play. The rules are the same as regular Uno except for these changes. For a refresher of those rules, check out this video. Place the scale in the center of the table and set the disc on the platform at its top. After dealing, discard the top 2 cards to start 2 discard piles on each side of the scale. Ignore any action card effects. The player who goes first determines the color of any wild cards flipped over. On your turn, you must legally discard your card to either discard pile. Your card must be placed all the way in the discard tray. If you discard a card that causes the scales to tip and spill out cards, then you must draw 2 penalty cards. If the cards take a while to spill, then the last player to have played, either discarding or drawing cards, draws the 2 penalty cards instead. Reset the discard trays by removing the cards and placing the top 2 cards of each discard pile into their respective discard tray. Set the removed cards aside in a single pile. If the draw deck runs out of cards, shuffle the set aside cards into a new draw deck. The tilt card is a wild that may be played on any other card. Once played, the player next in the current direction of play flips over the top card of the draw deck into the tray with the tilt card. If the scales don't spill out cards, then the next player repeats this process. All players, including the player who played the tilt card, continue to draw cards and place them in the same discard tray until the tray spills. Then, the player who spilled the tray draws 2 cards. Reset the scales, and the player next in turn order from the player who caused the scales to spill takes the next turn. If the last card discarded for the tilt card was an action card, then the next player must perform the action. Stop cards, indicated by octagon shapes around the corner numbers, are played like normal. A stop card in the top of a discard tray prevents all other cards, except for wilds and stop cards, from being played on top of it. If both discard trays have stop cards, then you may play on either tray like you normally would without restriction. However, once you do, the other tray regains its play restrictions. If a player's last card played is a tilt card, then follow the action, and if the player who discarded it draws the penalty cards, then they do not go out and the game continues. At the end of the game, tilt cards are worth 50 points each, and stop cards are worth their face value.